this is what both of you agreed to before you came into this world. This is part of your path, part of their learning structure, part of your learning structure. To quote A Course in Miracles, it's okay. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general monthly reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or pretty much anybody at the minute with everything that is still going on in the sign of Capricorn. Now, when I talk about Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, if you don't know your birth chart, there is a link in the description down below so you can go get a free copy of your birth chart. All you need is your exact time and place of birth. Now, also in the description below is a link to the Facebook group, which you are welcome to come join, especially if you've clicked the notifications bell and found that YouTube's notification system isn't as great as it promises to be. I always post the videos that I share on my channel there so that you know when new ones come up. You can contact me directly there, and also I am starting to offer readings now, so again you can contact me through the Facebook page for that. So where this is a general reading rules apply. You know, timing is not absolute, roles can be reversed, and that'll affect this reading because for once it looks like all the cards are aimed at you rather than being about you, if that makes sense, but I'll get into that. So yeah, roles can be reversed. Timing is not absolute. Masculine and feminine is normally a reference to energies and not necessarily the gender of people. However, this is the spread that I use, or the way that I read. This isn't a take what resonates and leave the rest style reading. It's an all or nothing. There is a past and a present in my spread. If the past and the present fit, it's for you. If the past and the present don't fit, go and look at your moon or your rising or your Venus or what have you. Or other readers. There's some fantastic readers on YouTube. I especially recommend Divinely Feminine and the Woke Therapist. Jamie Zebra 23. Chris is at Minnow Pond. James 13 Wicker. Just to name a few. There's some great talent on here. Now, the other difference is I would like you to come to this reading with a question. So, pause the video if you have to. Take a moment to think about all of the questions that are around you at the moment and focus on one of them. Focus because energy in, energy out. It hones the mind. It directs the energy effectively. Because as you'll hear other readers say, energy is timeless and blah, 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 blah. So, whenever you are focusing, because let's face it, it's going to be after I'm filming this, that energy is still theoretically accessible by my reading. However, be aware of all the questions, because the cards will answer whatever they choose to and not what you and I think is the most important. I think that's everything. Any other details about the readings in the description below. Do press subscribe while you're here, because I'm still a new channel. I think I'm four and a bit months old. So yeah, every subscriber helps. So does a like or a share. Comment down below if it means anything to you, and I will bring up the cards. So let me bring them down a little bit, because what I'm feeling here is it is like an ultimatum was issued to you, or a threat was issued to you, one that brought change one way or another. But I do feel it came in the form of an ultimatum or a threat. It was the most I want to reduce that to is a deadline that had to be met. Whether it was or not is another matter, but it was there. Now, curiously, underneath that, because of that ultimatum, threat or deadline, whether you met it or not, circumstances improved quite dramatically. However, you felt that you were unable to take advantage at the moment. And I get the impression from this Nine of Cups, I normally get the wish fulfillment aspect. I'm getting the gluttony aspect from it this time, or even more to the point, I'm getting the sensation of someone sat back going, yep, I've given you everything what you want and you can't have it. Great. So it's almost like there's this smug self-satisfaction being aimed at you because you've been given everything that you want or need, but you can't touch it, you can't access it for whatever reason. However, I do feel that the reason that you're not touching it or can't touch it is a good reason, and you should definitely carry on with it or examining your reasons for that. You can easily step out of those reasons and access whatever this Sun card has to offer, but you don't have to. It's not imperative to your development to overcome those reasons why you can't access this wonderful happy joy. So here we've got an example of the Sun card not being quite as joyful as normal, but there's it's the Game of Thrones tarot. I never feel the Sun's quite as happy in this card as it can be in other decks. Whatever occurs of this, there is a burden that you are about to take on board. Now, this Ten of Wands, Ten of Spears here, it's appeared in nearly all the readings so far. It's appeared either as the astrological, well, that's what I call this bottom row. They're like the movement of how the movement of the planets affect us. They're like energetic themes or waves or trends or lessons that we're encountering or having to work through. And it's so you've got it really quite close, but that figures because half the solar system has been passing through your sign recently. Most of the other readings have been having it here as in the time they're about to step into. Of course, looking into the real world, we've got all the chaos associated with the coronavirus coming up. So, and that's the first time I've mentioned that on one of these readings, and probably the last time, because that's something that we've all got to face in our own way, shape or form, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to use this as a springboard now. It doesn't matter. I don't believe the virus was created in a lab. It's not an escaped experiment or something. Mother Nature is far better at trying to kill us than we are at killing ourselves, believe it or not. But it's a virus that's out now. It doesn't matter where it's from. It's here. Simple as. We've just got to deal with it. And it is going to affect, with the look of how communicable it is, it's going to affect all of us. So, on that note, no wonder the Ten of Wands has been turning up as people having to shoulder burdens. These burdens are coming up. But I also feel that you're going to be thrust into not just a burden, you're going to, you're going to be thrust into playing a role. Almost like you're disguising your identity with the mask of this Page of Swords here to deliver information, for one thing. And I do believe that there is some pain that you will experience, and there is some pain and heartbreak that somebody else around you will be experiencing. And I wouldn't be surprised if that is as a result of your words and your movement. Now, again, I don't feel particularly bad about that. It will hurt. It will hurt you. It will hurt them. This is what both of you agreed to before you came into this world. This is part of your path, part of their learning structure, part of your learning structure. To quote A Course in Miracles, it's okay. There's we are given these testing and challenging events purely so that we can learn and experience, and there is no growth without pain. but that frees you up to move forward on something that makes you feel a lot happier. Gives you the information that you need to pursue a dream of your own, to move forward fast with a dream. Fast? Yeah, excuse me, squeaking. Move forward fast with a dream of your own, and begin to strategize, even if you... Right, okay. Strategize how you're going to move forward here. Because I get the impression that threat, that ultimatum, that's been and gone. And you deliver your harsh words, or the fact is, it's not "Hi honey, I'm home," it's "Hi honey, I'm off. Bye." But I'm saying "Hi honey" because of the phrase, not because I think it's a relationship thing. I've got no idea. This could be handing your notice in at work. This could be not being involved in a project anymore. This could simply be yourself saying to somebody, "I'm not going to do this with you anymore." You may well still be doing other things with them, but whatever this one thing is, you ain't doing it with them anymore. It's something that you're realizing that to pursue this new dream that's coming up, you have to give up an old dream, and you don't really mind because it's an old dream that you've been starting to get really frustrated with and really exasperated with, and you'd already been having the feeling of, why am I still doing this? And that way lies victory for you. So let's have a look at this burden that's coming up. This has been coming up with everybody's readings. 4 of bows, 4 of wands, and 2 of swords. There's that disciplining and balance aspect. There's a justice aspect. There's having to remain blind to something deliberately. You know what it is that you're remaining blind to, but so is somebody else, and why don't the pair of you stop punishing each other for remaining blind to it when you have both agreed to remain blind to it? Either deal with it or accept that you're both being blind to it, and that's what you're going to do, and move on. But there is commitments, and joyful commitments, in all of this. You know, there's this 4 of wands, 4 of bows is a very happy party card. Party isn't the right word. Celebration. But that's a really interesting card to be clarifying all the others. So let's have a look at you at the moment. Because at the moment, you are considering your options. And more to the point, I feel like you're considering your options in a way of, that's useless, that's useless, that's useless, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do that. And you're chopping them off the list one by one till you find the one with a little bit of persistence that really helps build you a stable foundation and a stable home life. I mean, other people seem to think that this is a complete and utter disaster for you. Yeah. We have how other people are viewing or affecting you. We have the Tower, clarified by the blasted oak, which, surprise, surprise, syncretizes to the Tower, and the 4 of swords, so that you're being isolated. And let me bring this forward, and that might help my camera focus a little bit. So you're being isolated. Yeah, that's better. Other people are seeing that you are isolating yourself, rather. But as I say, I can't say as I blame you with this real smug, self-satisfied. Right. The conflict with this smug, self-satisfied party is not yet over, but it can easily be like that. Just by you going, yeah, I'm not playing this game anymore. And you just persistently move on, searching for your own inner light, making plans how to move on, digging a bit deeper to find out one, the truth of the situation, which explains there was a Seven of Swords somewhere. I can't remember where now. But also where someone really has been... This whole situation recently, someone has been taking the mick out of you. They have been... exploiting you or making a fool of you, and you're just going... This, giving you everything that you want in a way that you can't have it, has been the final icing of the cake. So I am not surprised if you want to go, stuff it. I'm not playing this game anymore. I think that's what I'll call the reading. So what you appear to be worried about is making slow progress because the clarity that's given you hasn't been as accurate as all that, and that you're not necessarily listening to your wisdom. But the final outcome is that there is still some conflict, but it's a conflict that you can simply walk away from and be quite emotionally resolved with. That conflict's not going to go away, so I wouldn't be surprised if it could be a conflict within the family or within the workplace where you're not necessarily giving your notice in at the workplace, or within a group of friends where you can't disassociate yourself from this one person. You can just stand back from them. But let's face it, the two of you both have all the same friends, so it's not like you're going to get rid of one another. But it's a conflict that's like, yeah, you get on with it. Go play your silly games. That's the other thing that I can call it. Go play your silly games. There's... Let's have a look. What lessons? Right. So you'd been given a helping hand previously in the past where you was nurtured, but where you had to have strength to move forward and get recognised, but you were swimming upstream while building a secure home life, but it felt like you were swimming upstream all the time, and that your recognition was quite a delicate thing. It could easily have been smashed and taken away from you. Now, I don't think that has occurred, but recently, through you manifesting something into your life, so is this... that might explain the wish manifestation from that Nine of Cups card in terms of you. With the Queen of Spears, Queen of Wands, here, 1 the Shaman and 7 the Star. So, as I said, that recognition in the past was a delicate thing that could easily been lost and washed away and broken, even though it was there. But you have manifested something yourself through your own power, but your wisdom's turned round and said, hang on a minute. Is this really, really what you wanted? Is this really what you wanted to do? Here is everything that you want. You sure you want that? Because the world has responded to everything that you asked it to do, but you are still finding yourself triggered. You are still finding aspects mirrored around you. This ultimatum, did I have a look at... Yeah, it caused a lot of stress, but how bizarre. Again, we've got the Sun card there, as well as right below it. So that threat or ultimatum or deadline, less deadline than the other two, caused you no amount of stress, Nine of Swords, as you'd expect, but joy at the same time. I'm tempted to say masochist much, but it was all a learning experience here. It offered you a whole new beginning, which you are still in the process of going, do I take this new... Yes, take the new beginning. It's been offered to you. It's already started. You wouldn't be feeling as frustrated with the situation as what you are if that new beginning hadn't kicked in. A little bit of balance. You're not going to sidestep this conflict that's going on around you, but it is going to calm down, as in, well, actually, I said that wrong. You can't escape the conflict that's going on around you, but you can step back from it, and you're here and the conflict's over here, and you can just step back to watch it. So that's not quite sidestepping it, but it is removing yourself from the field of play, which is not a bad idea at all. So the Archangel Uriel, divine light shines from within. I am eternally radiant, loving and wise. So that just looks like an affirmation to me. There's with the light of this tarot reading. But the okay, now we get into the meat and potatoes. The energy is gaining momentum with a waxing moon, possibly with the next waxing moon. This is building to a crescendo. It is building to a crescendo, and you will end up hurt, and you will end up hurting somebody else with your words. But, as I say, both hurts, I think, are a good thing in the long run. I mean, they're not going to be pleasant to experience, but in the long run, it's the sort of thing where the two of you can meet again 5 years later, 10 years later, and turn around to each other and say, thank God we had that row. Look at what it did for us. Look at where we are now. Look at how far we've come. So, long term, it's a good thing. It is on the path. You are listening to spirit. You are working with your family, friends and guides. You are embracing the future. There's a point here, isn't there? Ride the wave. You are in a time of transition. And as I was saying, while you're going through all these various options and remaining persistent, there's focus your intentions of what you do actually want, because you've been given everything that you wanted, only to realise that, one, you can't have it without, I don't know, maybe you're compromising some aspect of yourself that you do not want to compromise if you can't have it. There's new beginnings coming for you, but you have to be working with, right, where was that two of wands here? You know what I was saying, making plans? It's making plans and finding things out, digging deep in yourself, but digging deep within the circumstance, finding out facts, figures, dates, vacancies, to find out what your options are. We have Apollo here with inquiry, and that light is shining really, really, it's almost like this particular card, the Apollo card, which it would for me anyway. I'm a particular fan of Apollo, but it's shining extra bright. I've not seen that card look as bright as that to me before, and it's not like I don't use that deck a fair amount. You are being called to self-discipline. So these hurtful words, they want to be hurtful truths, not just nastiness. You know, but with your self-discipline, I have faith in you, Capricorn, that you will not waste words on being nasty when all you need to do is use the truth. But yeah, you're coming in for a rebirth. There is secrecy. There is secrecy on their side. There's secrecy on your side as well, though. There's something that you're not sharing in this situation, but I think what you're not sharing in this situation is your plan of how to get out of this situation. Right now, I don't blame you, but that window of opportunity of keeping it quiet is closing. And flying in the face of everything I just said, Mother Mary, love and peace. Let go of the need to be right, choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. In this reading, I'm going to leave that one with you because I don't entirely agree with that. It depends how you frame the delivering hurtful, harsh truths. You know, I mean, you don't need to deliver the hurtful, harsh truth with aplomb, you know, with fancying it up with nasty barbs and wicked things that will play on the person's mind. You just go, this is the state of play. This is how I see it. See ya. But there is an element of they've got an equal amount to say back to you. So, okay, yeah, let go of the need to be right. You say your piece. They say theirs. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's just the way that things are, and move on a little. Because, excuse me, with this dragon affirmation, I am powerful, I am strong, nothing can break me. And I think by the way that you have you've been given everything that you wanted, only you can't have it. Just as much as there's that smug, self-satisfied energy looking down at you going, ha, I've given you everything you want. Isn't that yeah, I can't remember what culture it, but may you have everything that you want is a curse, not a blessing. But by aiming for that, in a way, you almost broke yourself. That's going to sound really mean, but you are in such a time of a new beginning. On the bottom of the decks, by the way, the Fool, the Three of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. So, Page of Pentacles meaning level up, especially here, Page of Stones with the links. I've got that springing into action. The Fool, new beginnings. Three of Wands, thanks to plans you are setting into motion and plans you have set into motion, your ships are now coming in. This having everything that you wanted and not being able to have it, that's not your ships coming in. So, yeah, be the light. You have been all tied up and trapped. It is a time for, yes, concealment. There's that secrecy aspect again. But with this communion and mysticism, there's a star card. You're already starting to listen to your guidance, to that still silent voice, to the urges that spirit give you. Mainly because the planets have been doing a tap dance on your head with hammers. So there's no wonder you're listening now. But there is a communion that brings a new beginning around. Let's have a look at the only bits of the reading I've not done is this potential future bit here. So we have, oh, here's happy. Eight of Swords again. With the Hanged Man and the King of Swords. You have to take advantage of that Chariot. You have to get out of the situation. You are being put in this situation as a way of giving you different perspectives on what it is that you wanted and what you were trying to manifest. So, get on with it then. You know, use those different... I mean, you are doing. Okay, so ignore me there. But use those different perspectives to say, right, I'm moving on from here. Because... Look at this Eight of Swords. This person is screaming as if they're falling out the window, but they're really not falling out the window. They're just panicking over nothing. And there's the other alternate future. Well, could you credit it? 10 of Cups, happy. All right. The Lovers and the Knight of Cups. So there may be a love offer coming in. There may be a new dream coming in. There may be a new project working with someone once you have done all this work. Okay, so you need to remove yourself out of your potential wish fulfillment scenario because you can't have your wish fulfillment because you've already realized that it's not what you wanted anyway. So with I've forgotten her name. I'm really good with the Game of Thrones characters, but here she can't have what she wants with this Eight of Swords. It's her own code, her own honour that is preventing her from stepping forward to claim whatever it is that she has achieved. So you can stick with that, or you can walk away from this chance of wish fulfillment because you can't have it anyway, and you don't really want it now you've got it, ish. So move on. Simple as that. Move on. This is a learning experience to show you all about your needs and wants, what you are trying to manifest, and now it's time to consider manifesting something different rather than considering manifesting more of the same. So whatever path implies motion for you, take that one. And remember, divine light shines from within. I am eternally radiant, loving, and wise. Okay, so if this means anything to you, Capricorn, despite the fact you got told off twice here, if it does mean anything to you, comment down below. Please press subscribe, join the Facebook group. If I put any more list of tasks in, it's going to be do the hokey cokey and turn around at this rate. But your next readings will probably be your new moon readings. I don't think I'm going to have a chance to get the waning moon readings out. So in the meantime, good luck with this. Be gentle but truthful, but have open ears as well, because you're not the only person with something to say, all right? And there is, at the end of it, no harm done, although it will hurt both of you. Sorry. All right. Good luck, mate. Cheers.